Now it's time for the game I'm actually really interested in. I've never seen gameplay of it, but Astroneer have 180 hours in that game.
It should
Bought,
be more.
bought,
I need to put more hours.
well, you bought it
I'm
for
going to. They have a DLC, so
you.
I'm gonna need to buy that.
Yes, definitely play that then. You bought it for $30, and you've played so much of it that you've essentially paid 17 cents per hour.
Wow.
So what was so, and I know you've already talked about it a little bit, so you don't have to go as deep as you were, earlier in our conversation, but what about that game just spoke to you? Did you play it at launch? Did you see someone else play it? Was it the trailer and it was like, yes, this is for me?
So played it way back when I don't know the life stages of beta, open beta, or alphas, pre-alphas. Whatever was the earliest stage of this game, I had it. That is when I had it. It was me, my brother, and his friend. We bought it. I think me and the friend bought it first, and we were playing. And it was just one of these ones where like they didn't tell you how to do anything. This was definitely a very much a sandbox, just to kind of figure it out. But this was one where uh this like it's like I don't say geometric like landscape. If you ever look at it, like the whole terrain is made of triangles,
Yeah.
essentially. But it's still kind of like doesn't look like bad. It's like high quality. Your character is like a fully detailed model. You're not. They don't look, you know, triangular. Um, but I don't know what it was. Either just about the art style or about the way you can just like destroy the environment and carve it to how you want it, um, or figure out how to make something like finding out like the different resources. Like there's the two main resources are called compound and resin, and then just finding out what combinations you use to either make a little solar panel that you put on your backpack to keep yourself charged. Then making these tethers to provide you oxygen and just explore the environment more and more as if you are astronaut. I think for me was just figuring out about that game was just that they had to completely like make their physics engine. This is actually a game I even saw like an hour, maybe 2 hour documentary on the life cycle of this game and how it came to be. And it actually has one of the kind of saddest stories in it that their main artist passed away during production. I want to say he did the unthinkable that nobody wants their friend to do. Uh, and I think that's how they found out. And it was kind of hard for them to continue on after that because they kind of felt like no other artist wanted to like step in and take his shoes because of how
Yeah.
much of an impact he had on the team, or that they felt they couldn't live up to his style and his vision. So they did have hit a point of like them having a hard time taking off, and they did eventually. They got someone, I don't know if it was in team or outsourced, who was able to like actually take over and really bring the vision to life. And it was like a small team, and they ended up creating something really great. And that was just off the art style. The physics, they couldn't use normal like Unreal Engine physics, like a car. You can drive this car that you can drive, but gravity just works flat. Like we just see all of our games as a flat map.
Yeah.
These planets are full 360 with the actual gravity in the center. If you got to the center in the early stages, you would actually just be stuck in the middle because you didn't have gravity to pull you to any land. So you kind of just like were stuck. Um, so they had to remake their physics so that way the car could actually work and gravity being spherical rather than linearly down. Uh, that kind of also just grabbed my interest, and it was just one of those fun games of like you didn't know how anything worked and just figuring it out and learning things. That part I enjoyed, which is funny for me to say because that's literally kind of how all sandboxes are, and I'm just like also kind of not the biggest fan of other sandboxes, but this one grabbed. There's something about this that just put me in a chokehold and smacked me.